Today we're going to be looking at a road trip that is taken in John Green's novel PaperTowns. First stop on our road trip is Orlando, Florida. Quentin is getting ready for graduation and thinking about Margot Roth Spiegelman. He is looking for paper towns and the entry for Algo, New York pops out at him. He realizes that this is where Margot is. He grabs some clothes and writes a note to his parents. Hour 1. Provisions and calculations. Ben, Radar, and Lacey join Q in his quest to find Margot. The first hour is spent calling parents and calculating the time that it will take to get to Algo, New York. They also count out the provisions that they happen to have with them. They have 212 cans of beer, half a stick of wintergreen gum, 1 pencil, tissues, 3 tampons, 1 pair of sunglasses, chapstick, keys, a YMCA membership card, a library card, miscellaneous receipts, $35, and a BP gas card. Ben begins to complain about needing to pee. Hour 2. Metaphysical I Spy. Quentin turns north onto I-95 where they drive along the coast and have a view of nothing but pine trees. To pass the time, they start to play a version of I Spy, where they are only allowed to spy items that they cannot actually see. Radar, for example, says, "I spy with my little eye something tragically hip." The answer? Failing to turn in your rented graduation robes on time. Hour 3. So much pee. The gang makes it just north of Jacksonville when Ben's need to pee is becoming a real issue. They dump out a can of beer so he can pee into the empty bottle. Things become tricky when the bottle fills too quickly, and a few minutes later the beer count is now down to 210. The full bottles get thrown out the window, much to Radar's displeasure. Hour 4. The first stop. The first BP stop has been planned down to the minute, and everyone has their role. Radar starts pumping gas, then runs the BP card into the store to ring up the purchases. Lacey is on liquids. Quentin is the food man. Ben starts with another bathroom break and then gets the non-perishable supplies. Hour 5. Heritage, not hate. Lacey begins to sort through the supplies once again. It leads to 2 different discoveries. 1. Quentin has forgotten to get any kind of healthy food. And 2. Ben has inadvertently grabbed a racist t-shirt with a Confederate flags and the slogan, "Heritage, not hate." Hour 6. That guy is a gigolo. They start to hit traffic just south of Florence, South Carolina. To pass the time, Radar and Q play That Guy is a Gigolo, a game where you imagine the lives of the people in the cars around you. Ben takes NyQuil and falls asleep in the middle seat. Hour 7. The jackknife truck. They finally pass a jackknife truck, the reason for the slowdown. Radar recalculates their time and determines that they will now have to average 77 miles per hour in order to make it to Algo by noon. Hour 8. Turquoise blue fin. Quentin can't take it anymore and finally has to break down and pee for the first time in the car. He uses a blue fin energy drink bottle and becomes mesmerized with how turquoise the liquid turns. Radar is grossed out and makes him throw it out the window. Hour 9. Quiet. The highway finally begins to empty out. It's just them and the semis. Hour 10. The second stop. Time for the second stop. Q plays the Beatles' Good Morning to wake everyone up. The big purchase is a new t-shirt for Radar. It reads, World's Best Grandma. Hour 11. Construction. Construction narrows the highway down to 1 lane and 35 miles per hour. They stop at an all-night station so Lacey can pee. Hour 12. Near-death experience. It's 2:40 a.m. The road is deserted. It's just Quentin and Ben in the front seat when cows appear in the middle of the road. Quentin brakes hard and Ben grabs the wheel, veering them to the right and out of harm's way. No one is hurt, but the car grazes a fence, leaving a deep gouge, and Radar calculates that it will be $300 to repair. Hour 13. The miracle of not dying. The group discusses the miracle of not dying. Hour 14. Sunrise. Lacey tries to clean up the car as the sun begins to rise. Hours 15 through 18. Q finally agrees to get some sleep. Hour 19. Naming the car. Quentin wakes and is greeted by Ben and Radar trying to name the car. Ben wants to name it Muhammad Ali because it takes a punch and keeps going. Radar wants to call it Lurlin because it sounds right, but Quentin wins with the dreidel because the harder you spin it, the better it performs. Hour 20. Blister in the sun. This is it, a perfect moment, rolling hills out the window, and a group of friends singing Blister in the Sun at the top of their lungs. Hour 21. Agloe, New York. They exit the highway and turn onto a 2-lane state highway that goes north towards the Catskills. They drive through Roscoe, cross railroad tracks, and see a cafe, clothing store, dollar store, and boarded up storefronts. The highway turns into Cat Hollow Road, and they drive until they see another dirt road leading to a crumbling barn-like structure with grayed wood. This is where they will find Margot Roth Spiegelman. This has been the PaperTowns book tour, and I hope that you have enjoyed it.